everybody, welcome to a LEGO Nexo Knights set review. Taking a look at set number 70364, Battle Suit Aaron. This set contains 80 pieces, 1 minifigure, and released officially on January 1st of 2017. If you do go on to enjoy the video, make sure to hit that like button and subscribe to see more content like this. Let's go ahead and see what this set's all about. So for those wondering, the contents inside the packaging here for this set, if you were to purchase this brand new sealed back when it released, it pops open like that from the bottom. And inside are 2 bags and the instructions. So pretty straightforward. Let's have a look at the build. So here's the set fully assembled, and oh man, this is a blast from the past for me personally, as someone who grew up with the Nexo Knights line. Man, I forgot how cool these were. Now, admittedly, this is smaller than the average mech by today's standards. Just to give you a size comparison of sorts, that is the most current minifigure-sized mech in my collection compared to this one. Very smaller, but some people might like that because it's more to scale with the minifigure. I personally don't mind it. It's actually kind of cute with how small it is. For what you're getting, you do have some chunky pieces. For starters, you do have the cockpit, which is the old cockpit molded piece where it has some studs on the back, compared to the newer one, where it is a little different with how it's just molded overall. Not the best way of me showing off to you guys the differences, but just trust me, these are different cockpit pieces overall. Anywho, one thing I do like that I will address is the posability. You can get a high kick out of this guy, as well as the arm even has some posability, even though it doesn't look like it does. You can kind of pose it. It even uses the old Hero Factory arms, so you can like really get some cool poses with this guy. Like I remember playing with the older Nexo Knights mechs, the other ones that were released with this line, and just overall had a lot of fun with these. This just doesn't break apart as easily. Like, you can actually get some range of motion out of this, which is hard to say by today's standards. So, yeah, take with that as you will. The only thing really exclusive in terms of the build is the exclusive 2x2 printed tile for Aaron's insignia, which is the wolf. It's kind of cool, but you do have some Nexo Knights shield tiles. The whole object of this was if you had the Nexo Knights app, you could scan this off your phone, and you could redeem the shields in-game to use. The game itself was pretty boring and just whatever for someone my age and older, I would say, but it was overall fun back in the day. Unfortunately, the app is no longer available in the App Store to my knowledge, so unfortunately, I can't really get any gameplay footage for you guys, but just trust me. But yeah, originally, there was just individual shields, but the whole concept with this is that you have a tri-shield effect, so that you could mix and match different shields, and you do also get 2 different shield tile pieces for you to mix and match however you want with these, so you can get different power combinations. These 2 shields kind of just are loose, but it's fine. I do like that you get some combinations. Unfortunately, these shields are not exclusive. None of these shields really were. It's just kind of like what sets the game in is the exclusive combination, I guess, overall. The main weapon over here is Aaron's crossbow, because that was kind of like his weapon. Like the Ninjago ninjas have their iconic weapons, so do the Nexo Knights. On the side here, you do have some weapon storage to have an extra bolt, but this is a spring-loaded shooter. If you don't know how these work, basically when you load it into the spring-loaded shooter, you just press down, and it will fire out into the abyss to be lost, which is why they give you an extra, which can be attached to the side there, as previously mentioned. I like this crossbow build. It looked a little weird at first, but I do like it. It's a little hard to pose with the bolt in there, but without it, you can get some pretty cool action poses, because, again, it's on a ball joint, so that's pretty cool. No way to equip it, so that way he just doesn't have it in his hand, unfortunately, but to be fair, do you really want to pose this set without it? So there's that. The one other play feature with this set that I found was so cool and in character. If you watch the Nexo Knight show, Aaron likes to float around in his shield firing at the enemies, and that is also a play feature, because normally with the Nexo Knight mechs, they don't come with this clip attachment. It's normally just like that, so I thought it was weird that they added this, but after building this, you can remove that, attach to the back of the leg there, and bada bing, bada boom, you can get Aaron floating around on his shield to recreate moments like the show. That is just amazing, if I say so myself. I like it. You can even display it just like that. That's cool. I like it. I love it. Anywho, to access the minifigure, all you have to do is flip this down, and boom, you got yourself access to the minifigure, which we'll have a closer look at now. Here we have Battle Suit Aaron. This minifigure is exclusive just to this set. You can't obtain him anywhere else. So, yeah, nice that the Battle Suit mechs had some exclusive minifigures that weren't really shown in the show. Just adds extra collectability to these sets, I guess. But if we're being honest, just the torso and the legs are really exclusive. The helmet and the facial print aren't exclusive, as they are pretty common throughout the whole Nexo Knights line. Again, that's fine, but overall, it is pretty cool that you got a sick little mech suit just for the Knights to have while they're fighting in their big, overpowered mechs. Not much else to say about this minifigure, other than I wish he came with his own minifigure scaled crossbow or something, but it is what it is. Having a look at the instructions at the front, you have some pretty cool artwork, pretty similar to the box art. You do have a little thing that tells you which shields are included in this set, and that it can be used in the app, as we mentioned earlier. This was before progress bars were a thing with instructions, so it's just pretty straightforward building instructions. Took me like no time at all to assemble, and it won't for you either, because it's pretty simplistic parts. But flipping all the way to the back just shows you the completed model. That little hover capability thing that I mentioned earlier, that was just so cool. Thing showing off the app again, which sadly no longer around, but just tells you how you can use the app, so you can get a little bit of insight how the whole scanning the shields worked. Man, I miss this theme. Then you have an advertisement for Lego Life, a parts listing, and then a win at the back. As for the extra parts, this is all that I received in my copy of this set. Overall, I like this set. It brings back such nostalgic memories for me growing up with this theme, and I think it stands up pretty well by today's standards in terms of it being a mech. Just overall, it wins points for me in just posability alone, but the functionality and playability with this is much greater than by today's standards. Like, I don't care how big you can make the mechs. If this thing can actually kick it down, it will, and that automatically makes it better. So, yeah. Anywho, in terms of if you guys are going to pick this up, I highly recommend it if you love the Nexo Knights theme or you're just into castle stuff. Sure, the futuristic Knights thing is kind of a little iffy, but just trust me, this is a cool set overall. And each Nexo Knights mech is unique to each own respective character. So, you know, Aaron has a crossbow with a hover shield. Axel has an oversized axe with a big mech to fit him. Just give you an example pretty much between the two. They're characterized very well accordingly. It's not just your simple copy-paste mech, and that's what makes this set even better for me personally. So anywho, if you're trying to get this in a sealed state, prices are a little all over the place compared to what it retailed for. So if you can find a good deal for this in a sealed state, definitely snag it. If it's going for like 30 bucks Canadian or something like that, I wouldn't pay anything more than maybe 50. It depends on what character you're looking for, but yeah, anything more than that is a bit much. You could just get a used copy at that rate. Anyway, yeah, not much else to say about this without going on and on and on. So I'm going to wrap up this video here. If you did enjoy, again, hit that like button. Comment down below your thoughts on Nexo Knights or this mech in general. I'm curious to hear your thoughts. Anyways, guys, thank you ever so much for watching, and I will see you all in a future video. Till then, I'll see you later. Bye-bye.